Daniel, you had a solo review for this week. Go ahead and get started. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, so in my solo review was a movie Blown Away. And it's kind of been on my radar for a little while. I have a vague recollection of when it came out in the theaters. It's a what would I call it? Kind of action, suspense, psychological thriller type movie. It stars Jeff Bridges. He's a Boston PD bomb squad technician, and who has a dark past, and his past comes back to haunt him when an old foe played by Tommy Lee Jones shows up and decides to make Jeff Bridges' life a living hell by just blowing stuff up and targeting the people he cares about most. Yeah, it's an all right movie. It's not.
So you're saying you weren't blown away?
No, I was not blown away. Yeah, it's it definitely has that like mid '90s feel to it in terms of like the storytelling and everything. But yeah, so Jeff Bridges' character, he's Jimmy Dove, and he's a bomb squad technician with the Boston Police Department bomb squad technician, and he's kind of got he's got a very high, obviously a very high risk, high stress job, and he's getting ready to actually quit the job because he can't take the stress and pressure anymore, and plus he's got a girlfriend that he's about ready to marry her, and she's got a daughter, so he's like, he's got a family to think about, so he retires. But then little does he know that like a year before, Tommy Lee Jones, his character, Ryan Garrity, he's a IRA terrorist who's been in prison for the last 15 years, and he breaks out in stunning fashion because he can like make a bomb out of anything. And so he starts going, and then he goes to Boston. But so here's a big problem that I have. It's like he breaks out of prison. Why does he break out of prison? Well, does he have like a motivation for doing it? Well, no, it's just wanted to get out of prison. But then when he goes to Boston, he watches his TV, and he sees Jeff Bridges on there, being very heroic and rescuing a woman from a bomb, and he sees him and on the TV, and in my mind, I was sitting there thinking, okay, that seems like kind of a weird setup for him to start going after Jeff Bridges, because okay, so I haven't spoiler here if anyone's interested, but Jeff Bridges is actually his real name is Liam McGivney, I think it was McGivney, and he was actually Northern Irish, and he was part of the same cell with Tommy Lee Jones's character. And we come to find out that Tommy Lee Jones's character, he wasn't in it for the cause. He was like the Joker in The Dark Knight. He just wanted to, watch the world burn. And Bridges prevented a big attack that he was about to commit that would have killed like hundreds of people. And that's how he ended up in prison. And then Bridges goes to Boston, changes his name, and becomes a police bomb squad guy. Yeah. And in my head, I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, well, I would have set that up a lot differently. I would have had like Tommy Lee Jones in prison, and having like one of the other guys in the prison be like, hey, you remember Liam McGivney? Like, oh, how could I forget him? He's the reason I'm in here. Well, little birdie told me he's in Boston. Oh, really? And then that's when he breaks out. but they didn't do that. It was just kind of like a happenstance thing. It was just like, oh, okay.
So a dumb coincidence when you didn't need a dumb coincidence.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so so basically, yeah, like Tommy Lee Jones starts targeting Jeff Bridges, like, because so the attack that Bridges prevent ended up getting all the other members of their cell killed, including Tommy Lee Jones's sister, who is in love with Jeff Bridges' character. And so he starts going after all of the people in Jeff Bridges' life. You know, he kills his bomb squad team. He starts going after his new wife and his stepdaughter. And so it's basically just a whole psychological thing where he's trying to stop him and keep his keep the family and keep this new life he has intact, even though it's kind of like it's all based on a lie. And I would say the third act of a lot of the movie just felt really, for a movie called Blown Away, there's about a mad bomber, not a whole lot of bombs going off.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and then not a whole lot of that, and the final confrontation between the two of them, like it's building up to it. They're building up to it throughout the movie, and it was just like, okay, yeah, right. It turned into kind of like a typical action fight scene kind of thing, with a ticking bomb thing that's about to go off, and it's just like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's I think IMDb has this at like 6.2. I'd say that's a little high. I'd probably give it like a 5.5. Yeah, it just didn't really do it for me. And I can kind of understand why this movie isn't more well regarded 30 plus years later since its release. It's just like, okay.
So it's kind of like an acceptable action movie that was quickly and rightly forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes you find a rough in the rough and not a diamond.
Yes, that's true. One last thing I kind of want to mention real quick. The director of the movie was Stephen Hopkins, and he's the guy who did he did Predator 2, and he also did the Lost in Space movie. So Predator 2 was definitely his best movie. But if you're interested, but if any of you are interested in it, it's on Amazon Prime.